It's time for another Flow with Tarot segment. So let's get into the card for the day. And can you believe it? I think this is card 41. So we've got what, 30, 37 more cards to go through. Okay. So let's just have fun with this. I'm just going to pull a card here. And this is the Seven of Swords. Okay. Seven of Swords. So let me put the rest of the deck back in. So what is the Seven of Swords? What do we have here? So the Seven of Swords, what I'm feeling right now are a few things. And how do I articulate this? There is a sense of surety, confidence with this card. Confidence in what you say, confidence in the boundaries that you have set, confidence in your strength and your power, confidence in the work of your hands, confidence in the results from the work of your hands, whether that work is a ritual, a spell, whether that work is you being mindful of your own emotional intelligence and you doing the work to elevate your emotional intelligence, confidence in the work that you have done for yourself and on yourself, and being so very clear in that work that there is nothing that anyone could attempt to do. There's nothing that a person could attempt to say. There's nothing that a person could attempt to project on you from their own fucked up energy that can throw you off course. There is a confidence in that. So much so to the point where if a person was to be so foolish to attempt to bring you negative energy, and whether this is intentional or not, I do have to throw that in there because so many people have not accepted their own divinity and accepted their own sovereignty, or even want to, or even they're not even conscious of the fact that they can attain emotional intelligence themselves. Okay. And you displaying that and expressing that can be triggering for some people who are not there yet. Okay. And so you being so sure in that, that even if they were attempt to bring you a story, to bring you just negativity, to even if they don't say anything, you know how people carry a disruptive energy. They carry a chaotic energy. They carry negative energy. They carry downtrodden energy. They carry poverty energy. You being so sure in who you are that even in that energy that they bring, not only will it not disrupt your expression. Now, this next thing may throw some of you off a little bit, but just listen. You could even take that energy and alchemize it to your benefit. So even if they brought their downtrodden stories, their victim stories. It won't affect you because that energy you have now taken and alchemized it to your benefit. So not only has that other person just given away their power with the way that they speak and the way that they have just chosen to be unconscious of their own power, how they have chosen to be unconscious of their own emotions. They've given their power away. So now you have picked it up and you've alchemized it for your own benefit. And that's kind of different because I don't know that I have ever gotten that from this card, from the Seven of Swords. So you see how this being, this person is almost kind of walking away, smiling, picked up what someone else has put down. They have picked up someone else's energy that has just been exposed. Someone has just exposed themselves. So this other person comes in who's fully aware of their own sovereignty, fully aware of their own confidence. They've picked up what perhaps another person has meant to disrupt this person, and this person has said, well, no, you can't disrupt me with your negativity. You can't disrupt me with your poverty-stricken mindset, with your poverty-stricken energy. I'm only going to take that energy, pick it up, put it into my cauldron and alchemize it, because that's the confidence that I walk in. That's what I feel here. So it's an interesting take on the Seven of Swords. Also, when you are walking in your expression as a sovereign being, as a sovereign woman, you also know when to leave an energy alone. You also know how to use a certain energy for a certain time and then to close the lid on it. This can often be applied when we're talking about using chaotic energy for your benefit, using chaos energy in your rituals, in your spells. That's a totally different video for another day. But knowing when to say, okay, I'm done using that type of energy, I'm going to move on to something else. Knowing when to lay something down and when to pick it up, to use it for your benefit. There's a confidence that comes with that as well. So, I also, just here's a side note, I also love the color. This yellow in this card, it's kind of like this showy energy, not a show off, not a loud energy like look at me. No, it's just that is the expression that just exudes to you. People can't help but to notice you. I love this yellow. I don't think I've ever paid attention to that in this card either. But anyway, see, that's why we do this, to connect things. This is what one of the things I love about not just tarot, but oracle cards. Each time there's something different that comes up. You can apply that to your spiritual practice. Just because you've been practicing your spirituality a certain way last year doesn't mean that you have to practice the same way this year. You say, okay, last year I did this, I practiced this certain way. This year, I want to incorporate this over here, whatever this is. Okay. For example, let's say last year, perhaps practicing following the moon cycles was not your thing. But perhaps this year you're feeling, I really want to get in with the moon phases. I really want to incorporate the power of the moon now in my practice. You can switch up. You can add to, you can omit. So that's how we have to look at tarot. That's how we have to look at the oracle cards. It changes. It elevates our lens through which we look at these cards. It expands because our soul is expansive. Our spirit is expansive. So that is on key with our true identity. Our true identity was never meant to be stagnant and to do the same thing over and over again. As a matter of fact, that's religiosity. That's not what we do over here. We're sovereign. We can switch up. We can change. We can add to. We follow our spirit. We follow our soul. So I just wanted to throw that piece in there for you. So let me know what your takeaways are from the Seven of Swords card. All right. Let me know in the comments. And don't forget, if you are wanting to take your spirituality into another zone, into another space, you can find out how to do that by getting a tarot reading from me. All right. I will leave the link for you to schedule your tarot reading in the description box. Actually, I'll put it in the comments. It'll be somewhere on this video. It will be easy for you to click, okay, to schedule your appointment. All right. Until then, stay sovereign. Have fun with your spirituality. Have fun in the way that you're exploring that. Maybe you're new to developing your spiritual practice. Just remember to have fun. It doesn't have to all, yes, there are, dare I say, strategies to it. I hate to use that word because it's so heavy, but strategy not to the point where you have to be serious all the time. Have fun with it. Allow your practice to be fun. Allow your practice to be light. Okay. So now I'm finished. Okay. Be sovereign.